Here we go. Here's a shot. Signal was danger because the shot was high into a player who was within close proximity and hit that player above the knees. In fact, I think it got her in the elbow. So the structure starts up again. We've got two deep players for Uruguay. And you'll see after they pass back and forth once or twice that the press will happen. Oh, but this time they go straight up the field. Picked off right away by Canada. Quickly passed by Thompson. And we might have a first goal for Canada. Things are knotted up. A great give and go there. Leahy with the goal, number 10. And just as quickly, Uruguay will restart the play. So I mentioned earlier, very fast game. No time to sit around on your laurels. A quick celebration of the goal, and then we're back at it. Off the boards, try and go long for the teammate up in the circle, but Canada intercepts. Avenue is into the game from the Canadian bench and contributing on the near side. And that ball pops up outside the circle. So that's where Uruguay will restart play. The indirect circle entry requirements are in place. And so they decide to pass back to accomplish the 3 meters that is necessary before entering the circle. Umpire indicating that the player from Uruguay was using her elbow against the defender, and so possession over to the defense. A little extra English on that play. So the umpire is not only looking at the ball, which is on the pitch, but also at the upper body, all at the same time. Again, the ball deflected up. No 3D skills allowed. The ball has to stay on the pitch the whole time, except for shots on goal. Now, if the ball goes up accidentally, less than 4 inches or so, that's the height of the sideboards, then the umpires may let it go. But any time that the elevated ball seems to have caused a disadvantage for an opponent, then the whistle will be blown and possession goes to the opponent. So we've got a 5-minute halftime. I'm not actually sure whether we're still streaming during halftime. If we are, the umpires are meeting in the center of the pitch. Coming across the pitch is a professional photographer who does a wonderful job of capturing the images of field hockey. Look for photographs on the USA Field Hockey website sometime after the tournament. The umpires in conversation there. Ridge Bear is the reserve umpire for this match. He's from the USA. With him on his left is Judy Yukovsky. She is from the USA. And from Argentina, Melina Ilanes. So we've got 3 minutes and 45 seconds to go. I'm going to put the mic down, and we'll be back at it in just over 3.5 minutes. Well, we're just about 30 seconds to go before the beginning of the second half, the third period. And this, the first of 7 games that will take place today in the 2021 Indoor Pan Am Cup, International Indoor Hockey Tournament that will determine the last 2 places for the World Cup that will take place in Belgium in February of 2020. We are in Spring City, Pennsylvania, USA, at the Training Center, a facility designed specifically for indoor hockey. And we're about to start the 10-minute third period. There we go. Canada is in black. They have possession of the ball. They are playing against Uruguay in white and light blue. A nice redirection there by Di Maria from Uruguay as the entire first half, the play between the Uruguayans in the deep back was back and forth passes like was just shown there by Canada. Umpire giving some extra explanation, asking the player from Uruguay to discontinue some behavior. Again, Canada on the left side, that's Thompson. And then obstruction, however. So in hockey, you're not allowed to use your body or your stick to keep an opponent from playing the ball. And the umpire signals that after whistling and giving direction by crossing their arms in front of their chest. So that was the signal before. And we have to reposition this free hit for a foul that the lift that you might think that the deflection was by the defense, but actually it was started by the lift by the attacker. So sometimes we look to see how did the ball get to the top of the defender's stick? Well, chances are maybe it was pushed. So a strong whistle here by Yurkovsky, and they're going to have our second suspension of the game. A yellow card for 2 minutes, as the player from Canada, I believe, was pushing. Umpires reminding the players to wait for the whistle. Oh, we need a captain, perhaps. I'm not sure. The umpire's calling the captains together and is indicating that while the umpire on our side signaled the foul, it was an intentional breach, and so the umpire from Argentina awarding the penalty corner for that breach. She wanted to explain it to the captains so that there was a high level of understanding of what was going on. So an intentional breach of the rules inside the attacking half is by the defense is a penalty corner. And that's what happened with the push by the defender. Canada's down a player. The shot deflected away. The cross unsuccessful. Once again, a high-pitched sound is going off at 30 seconds. That's from a shot clock that once the penalty corner is signaled, it starts and it counts down. At 30 seconds, the clock makes a high-pitched sound, and then the umpire blows the whistle. And we've had in both halves the players reacting to that high-pitched sound. That's something they've just got to get used to. And so the acrobatics there by the player from Uruguay was necessary because they have to stay away from a free push for 3 meters if they were caught within the 3 meters. And that's what happened. She's allowed to run with the player. And now we have another penalty and potential suspension. A 1-minute suspension with the green card. So Canada is now down 2 players. Quite an opportunity here for Argentina. Clock is stopped, waiting for the umpire's whistle. There we go. Not Argentina, I'm sorry, Uruguay, the umpire from Argentina. So Uruguay, quite an opportunity here. Into the circle. The flick is allowed. Canada trying to eat up as much of the clock as possible while they have 2 players suspended. Now the players from Uruguay are not allowed to trap the Canadian player against the baseline, but that's what the umpire just indicated they did. They have to provide the player with a path to escape. Then the player gets to use their skill in order to be able to do that. Canada still down 2 players. That ball deflected over the sideboard by Uruguay. Pass far upfield. No one was there but the player from Uruguay. And then here we have a deflection from a ball on the ground. And so possession back to Uruguay. Canada now has just 1 less player. Player from Canada shouting for an opportunity. Very disappointed that it didn't happen. The long pass could have gone right to her in the open circle. Uruguay with the breakaway. Brilliant pickup there by the keeper. Cutting off the pass across the circle. I think the player from Canada was half tempted to pass back to her goalkeeper at that time. Canada with the breakaway. Shot right into the goalie's pads, but then onto the foot of a player from Uruguay. So another penalty corner. I had wanted to track the penalty corners and the scoring success rate. But caught up by the excitement of the play. So you might be able to see the countdown clock on the technical table on the far side of the court. It's about 10 seconds to go. There will be a high-pitched sound, and then the umpire's whistle. There's the high-pitched sound, the umpire's whistle. Now the players can't move until the ball is played, even though the umpire's blown the whistle. And a lot of times the players react to the umpire's whistle, but they have to wait until the ball is played. Those of you just joining us, Canada is in black, Uruguay in the light blue and the white tops. Another timeout signal. And we have a 5-minute yellow card for Elise Wong, number 8. So she will be sitting down for the rest of this period and the start of the next. Well, I should say, she will be sitting down. The team has to play short, but they can substitute players in for the players who are playing on the pitch. Ball deflected over the back line, so free push for Uruguay at the half line. 4 minutes to go in the third period. Ball just, back stick, singled. I thought the ball went out of bounds, but no. So you can only play with the flat side of the stick. That's why you see the players turning the stick over the ball to change directions. This is unlike hockey's cousin, ice hockey, where you can lift the stick over the puck and play the puck with both sides of the stick. In hockey, you can only use the flat side. You can also use the edges of the stick. That's the mysterious portion of the stick that's in between the flat side and the round side. All sticks are designed to be played with on the right-hand side of the body. That is largely seen to be a safety design, so that the follow-through of the player's sticks go into open space when two players are approaching each other and trying to play the same ball. Canadian player asking for clarity from the umpire from Argentina. 3 minutes to go. It's the third period of the first game. Score is tied. Canada working through two players, gets the ball into the circle. The goalkeeper is there to pick it up. A little contact with the body there. You're only allowed to play the ball with the flat side of the stick and not use your body. So the umpire indicated by pointing at her foot that the player had used her foot. By accident, of course, but it happens a lot, especially in the close quarters of the indoor game. Nice pass right into the center of the circle. But the Uruguay deflection went wide of the goal cage. This is Lee putting the ball into play across the circle top. Canada's now switched from the 3 defenders that you saw in the first half to 2. A high ball over the goalkeeper. Beautiful shot, but just a little off target. Thompson certainly has the goalkeeper thinking, will she go high? Will she go low? Thompson's made that run a couple times in the first half. Uruguay now with possession on the left side. Another ball quickly into the circle, off the keeper, right back to another attacker. A stick from the Uruguay player, almost interfering with the play. We have 1 minute to go. The free push is taking place from outside the attacking half, even though close. And that meant that they could have put the ball directly into the circle, so Canada had to be ready for that. Now again, you see a structure of 2 defenders for Canada, different than in the first half. Nice deflection pass up to the right side. Just past the stick. This is, of course, a game of inches, as almost every sport is. 30 seconds to go. Third period finds us tied at 1-1. There's a 1 minute break in between the periods in each half. We've got 14 seconds. It's plenty of time to score, but Uruguay has the Canadian player tied down. Side deep end. They just don't want to see an attack in the last few seconds of the game. It seemed like Canada was satisfied with that. We have a 1 minute break in between this, the third, and the fourth period coming up. Once again, you are watching the 2021 Indoor Pan American Cup. This is the women's division, the first contest of 7 that will take place today. Our next game will start at 10:15, and it will be from the men's side, Canada versus Argentina. Once again, the gold medal winners here will qualify for the World Cup that will take place in February 2022 in Belgium. So Canada will start the final period still down 1 player as a result of the 5-minute yellow card. I think the Canadian player has about 30 seconds left on that suspension. And then Canada will be able to play at full strength, unless, of course, another player is suspended. At one point, Canada was down two players for quite some time. Uruguay was not able to take advantage of that power play opportunity. Score is 1-1. Canada in black, Uruguay in the white tops. And we're starting the fourth period in the same way we ended the third, with Canada in possession deep inside their defending half. And the umpire indicating again that the player was trapped against the back line by the Uruguayan players. They have to provide an exit route. Canada finds Wong in the middle, and her pass is intercepted. Tried to reach Thompson. Uruguay just keeping the ball in, hard across the front of the goal cage. Team's at full strength, by the way. Canada had been playing in a deficit. Wong dribbling at the top of the circle, passing back finally to Thompson. And a role as a defender here. Wong with the deflection into the circle, but immediately intercepted by Uruguay. And that off the foot of the Canadian. And so she just walked away knowing that it was going to be the opponent's ball. Uruguay attempts to go up into the defense, but the ball is intercepted by Thompson, who usually takes the ball down the right-hand side. This time she went right down the center of the pitch. Tried to get into the circle at the top. Penalty corner signal. And I believe we have a call for stick obstruction. Melina Alanis, the umpire from Argentina. I'm just not quite used to her secondary signals yet, but I believe she indicated that we had a stick obstruction there. So for the first time, Uruguay is going to do an insertion. I thought they were going from the opposite side, but now they're bringing it back. So the 30-second clock has run down. We're waiting now for the umpire's whistle. Again, players cannot move until the insertion happened, until the ball is moved. Ball deflects off the goalkeeper. Not sure the shot came from inside the circle, but that's okay. You're allowed to shoot. You just wouldn't be able to score if the shot came from outside the circle. And it was deflected by the goalkeeper across the end line. Uruguay passing the ball to the left side now. Looking for an entry point into the circle, and it's closed off by Canada. And the reach for the tackle was missed, and so that gave Uruguay the chance to come in, but the player went to flick on the backhand side, missed the ball, and nearly struck the player from Canada, so the umpire rightly blew the whistle because the player had performed dangerously. Canada with the possession just inside the top of the circle. Ball across the end line by Uruguay. So free push here. Leahy from the center line. Indirect circle entry requirements are in play. She goes 3 to the left side. Back to Leahy. Several times back and forth here. Quick pull, looking for an opportunity to go in the circle. Even against the boards, the players cannot be trapped. It's happened a few times against the end line. And then Canada tries to go right up, but this is going to be a problem. Oh, unfortunately picked up the foot, but right back to Team Canada. And a penalty corner because the player from Uruguay pushed the ball across the end line intentionally. And so the penalty for that is a penalty corner. Uruguay had quite an opportunity there as they had 4 players against Leahy and the goalkeeper. But the ball picked up the heel of the player leading the breakaway. So the clock has counted down. The umpire's whistle will tell the inserter that the teams are ready. There's the insertion up to the top. Canada is asking the umpire to check with their partner. Things are going to get even more intense as we approach 5 minutes to go in this 1-1 game. Standings are very important. The winner goes to the World Cup. Not the winner of this game, but the winner of the tournament. There are 7 games throughout the rest of the day. The umpires are discussing the shot, I'm sure. There are 5 players, 5 games for the women's division today. 2 games for the men's division. Men's division is smaller than the women's. The umpire giving a yellow card, I think, to 2 players. Yep, 1 from Canada and 1 from Uruguay. The suspended players take their seats next to the judges' table, the technical table. Kim Scott there from the USA is standing in front. She is one of the officials in the match. She's the technical officer for this match. We're waiting for a whistle. There we have it, so we can restart play. The clock has not yet restarted. There we go. 5 minutes and 30 seconds left to go in the first game. The men are behind me warming up on the pitch. Number 2. And the umpire indicating their stick obstruction. You might have thought it was a stick hack by the defense. But instead, she's ruling that the player from Uruguay used her stick to protect the ball and therefore obstructed the player from Canada. Once again, the players are only allowed to push the ball on the pitch unless they're taking a shot. Then they can lift the ball with a flick. Canada approaching from the right side. Ball dangerously lying in front of the cage. Picked up by Di Maria from Uruguay. Lee using Thompson in the back. Passing back and forth. Into the circle is Thompson with the flick into the chest of the keeper. Blocked away and now carried up by Uruguay. 2 against 3 plus the goalie. Uruguay gets into the circle though and coasts the ball across in front of the cage, hoping obviously that a teammate had come up from the defense to play that ball into the cage off of the post. Now Canada attacking on the right side. Ball just out of play. The umpire indicating that the player from Uruguay had tried to push the ball directly through the defender. that's a foul because it leads to danger, or can lead to danger, as the ball can climb up and deflect off the defender's stick and hit them in the head. I know that from personal experience. The Uruguay attack is picked off by Lee, passing across, trying to find a teammate at the top of the circle. She does on the far side of the boards. Ball is in the circle, but not much of an opportunity there. Tries to swing around. The player is confused by what the call is, but the umpire has things under control. I'm not sure confused is the right word. Maybe complaining. Just felt it should have gone differently. Oh, intercepted by Thompson. Now on the left side, I think maybe for the first time in the game. Backhand push. She probably had hoped to lift that ball over the goalkeeper, who was stretched out. Got 2 minutes to go in this first game of the 2021 Pan American Cup. The score is tied, Canada in black. Uruguay breaking down the right side into the circle. There in the white tops. That ball pushed into the Canadian player and picked up. Now traveling up, pass over to the left to Thompson. She leads to the right side. Her teammate who picks the ball up before it goes out of bounds. Uruguay comes up with possession out of the deep part of the circle. You have a whistle on the far end. One minute to go. Our next game starts at 10:15. That's the first game of the men's competition, as Uruguay trying to work the left side of the circle. And that game in the men's division is between Canada and Argentina. "40 seconds. You might notice we're on tight protocols here for COVID, as the players on the bench are wearing the mask. "15 seconds. Wong turns around, picks the ball up off the deflection from Thompson. The ball into the air by Uruguay. Wong passes back, 3 seconds. And the ball into the cage, but no touch by the attacker inside. So it's 5 of 10. In 20 minutes, the game between the men's teams from Canada and Argentina will take place on Court 2. Once again, my name is Chris Maloney. We are coming to you from Spring City, Pennsylvania, USA. This is the 2021 Indoor Pan Am Cup, and we are contesting for a trip to the World Cup in Belgium that will happen in 2022. The first place team in each of the tournaments, the men's tournaments and the women's tournaments, will go. These are the last teams to qualify. All of the other teams in the 12-team World Cup tournament have already been selected. We're getting a look now at Court 2 as the men from Canada and Argentina are warming up. Once again, start time for that game is at 10:15.